Rob Zampardi bought his first used Porsche when he was 18 years old and discovered he needed to buy some parts to get it up and running. So he bought a second and then a third Porsche to find the parts he needed. He then decided to sell all of the parts he had left over from rebuilding his first car to other Porsche owners. That was the start of his business in 1992. He began his company in New York City with a toll-free number, a credit card, and a vision of providing quality used parts for Porsche automobiles. Because rent in New York City was so expensive, he decided to move DC Automotive to Connecticut during the early years of the company. But his facility could not be expanded, and he decided to make another move, and he began looking for a less expensive area to operate DC Automotive. 8 years ago, his research showed him that North Carolina was halfway between New York City and Florida, and that by locating on I-95 in the Tar Heel State, he would be near a large portion of his prospective customer base. Working with the North Carolina Department of Commerce and the Carolinas Gateway Partnership, he went on the internet and found just the right size of facility he needed, tucked away on a small side street in South Rocky Mount. To feed the demand for used parts, DC Automotive is constantly purchasing old and discarded Porsches from a variety of sources around the country. Today, the company is the largest dismantler of Porsche cars in the U.S., which also means that he has the largest indoor recycling facility for Porsches in the U.S. in his 140,000 square foot Rocky Mount plant. To obtain the discarded vehicles he needs to reclaim quality parts from this, Rob Zampardi targets a variety of sources and buys Porsches nationwide, including those that were badly damaged in collisions. Sellers can go on the DC Automotive website and arrange to be contacted for the purchase of their vehicles that the company is trying to acquire. Once the cars arrive at the plant, they're ready for dismantling. At any time, as many as 400 Porsches are waiting to be recycled. Once the parts are removed, they're analyzed to determine if they are acceptable for inventory as they are, or if they need to be rebuilt before they can be put into inventory. Once the part has been judged acceptable for resale, it's barcoded and put into stock on over 1 mile of shelving in the warehouse area of the plant. With just a few taps of a keyboard or a quick check on a shelf, DC Automotive can fill, bill, and ship a parts order the same day. DC Automotive also uses a wireless network and telephone system that allows sales associates to find just the right part that the Porsche customer wants. Products that always remain in inventory include engines, transmissions, wheels, seats, brakes, interior trim, and suspension. New Porsche parts such as wheels, bodywork, seats, and trim are also available in inventory. The company also provides customers a complete rebuild of their Porsches at its facility in Rocky Mount. To place orders, visitors go online to the DC Automotive online catalog. Customers shop for parts by the year and model for their Porsche. They can use a partial description or a partial part number to begin their search. The online catalog lists 200,000 different parts on 20,000 DC Automotive website pages. To help customers place orders, there are illustrated diagrams of the parts so customers can more readily find and order their parts. Rob Zampardi also lets customers make an offer on his parts to help him keep his inventory flow constantly moving. As a parts recycler, Rob Zampardi also believes in recycling as much as possible in his company's day-to-day operations. The waste oil he reclaims from the dismantled vehicles is used in an oil-burning furnace that he uses to heat the company's mechanical room where the engines are rebuilt. And because the huge dismantling and warehouse facility cannot be efficiently cooled in the summer, he had non-heat generating solar tube lighting added throughout the building. Despite the immense size of the DC Automotive complex, Rob Zampardi uses a small team of craftsmen for his workforce. Employees receive performance incentives that help encourage them to reclaim parts and fill orders quickly. Rob also prides himself with being a hands-on worker himself and notes that the honesty and integrity DC Automotive uses in all of its customer dealings has earned the company a Better Business Bureau A+ rating. Rob Zampardi gives back to the Twin Counties through contributions from DC Automotive to a long list of organizations, including the Down East Partnership for Children, Habitat for Humanity, Special Olympics North Carolina, and Friends of the Arts Center. In recognition of his achievements in creating a company that is the largest dismantler and reseller of Porsche parts, NEER is proud to recognize Robert Zampardi as a 2012 Entrepreneur of the Year finalist.